Experiment 397 was the 397 genetic experiment created by Jumbo with Hamsterfield's funding. It was designed to instigate arguments between people. 397 and the other first 624 experiments were deactivated and smuggled to Earth by Jumbo during his mission to capture Experiment 626. All of the experiment pods were released and scattered across the island of Kauai, with 397's pod landing in the window of Jumbo's ship. Lilo and Stitch, the series. When the Proud family visits Kauai for a vacation, Lilo, Stitch, Jumbo, and Pleakley invite their guests to stay at Jumbo and Pleakley's Bed and Not Breakfast Hotel. Penny Proud gets more acquainted with Lilo and Stitch, while Oscar Proud complains about the hotel's accommodations. Later, Sugar Mama soaks herself in a hot tub while her dog Puff sleeps on a throw rug. Meanwhile, a squirrel appears inside one of the windows of Jumbo's ship and notices 397's pod. When it finds out it could not eat the pod, the squirrel throws it into a bowl of bath bombs. Shortly after, Sugar Mama reaches for a bath bomb but takes out 397's pod instead. Mistaking the pod for a bath bomb, Sugar Mama drops it into the bathtub, activating 397, named Spats. He then zaps the squirrel and Puff, causing the two animals to fight. Spats causes more mischief in town by zapping numerous pairs who end up fighting as well. His victims include BB and Cece, followed by Oscar and Trudy Proud, then Jumbo and Mr. Cooper, and later Lilo and Penny. Elsewhere, Stitch notices Spat being pursued by Gantu. However, he manages to evade both Gantu and Stitch and eventually hitches a ride in the back of a Jeep that Pleakley is driving. After making a vain attempt to break up Penny and Lilo's conflict, Stitch chases after Spat in Nani's dune buggy, taking the feuding girls with him. Later, Stitch manages to track Spats down to an outdoor wrestling match, where the two cousins face off against each other on the roof of the arena. After a long battle between both experiments, Spat falls off the roof and into Penny's arms. She is angered by his presence at first, but after noticing Spats' cuteness, she starts to soften up. When Penny tries to talk to Lilo, the latter still wants to fight with her. Fortunately, Penny manages to resist her urge to fight by counting to 10 and then convinces Lilo to do the same, which she does.
7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, I feel not mad.
After Lilo and Penny make up, the former is able to relieve the other brawling pairs by telling everyone through an overhead microphone to count to 10. The next day, Lilo and Stitch find Spats at One True Place with Wizard Kelly. He uses Spats to make his international wrestlers fight more convincingly. Penny reveals to Lilo about having a perfect newspaper article for her school, and she, along with the rest of the Proud family, leave on good terms. Leroy and Stitch, the movie. The first 624 experiments, including Spats, were rounded up by Leroy and taken to a stadium to be destroyed. However, Lilo, Stitch, Jumbo, Pleakley, Reuben, and Gantu arrived before the experiments could be destroyed. Spats participated in the following battle between the experiments and the Leroy clones, probably by making attacking Leroys fight each other. However, the Leroys soon gained the upper hand in the battle, but were defeated when Lilo, Stitch, Reuben, and several other experiments performed the song Aloha Oi, which caused the Leroy army to shut down due to a failsafe mechanism. Special abilities. Spats can fire a yellow ray from the prongs on the tip of his tail that causes any two individuals zapped to constantly argue with each other. The sound of a bell is heard when this happens. Weaknesses. The arguing effect of Spats' ray can be reversed by counting to 10.
I feel so much better. I don't feel like arguing about anything. I've never heard of that.
Trivia. Stitch and Pleakley are the only main characters to not get zapped by Spats. Spats' pod color is yellow. The experiment pod container describes Spats as Experiment 397, primary function, argument instigator. As far as we know, there's never been any official Spats merchandise released by Disney or any of its affiliates. However, thanks to some wonderfully creative people at Etsy, we were able to have one custom made. If you enjoyed this video, please smash a like and subscribe to the channel for more Lilo and Stitch videos. And leave a comment down in the comments section with who is your favorite experiment and which one you would like to see us do next. Until next time, aloha!